We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Kudos to Colin Kaepernick, because Colin Kaepernick has paid for the independent autopsy, flying the body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. so that it can be independent. And Tyler Perry is paying for his funeral. Because it's happened in Mississippi. There are some racial undertones to this. He was the only black kid on an island full of kids that were white.
Y'all, I can't stand this victimhood from black folks. Y'all is just living in the past with your sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first of all say thank you to all the members. Thank you guys for being part of the Tatum membership program. Shout out to the rookies, officers, SWAT team, and also the deputy chiefs. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Big shout out to the deputy chiefs. Here's a list of all my number one deputy chiefs. So I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for the support. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Those of you who have seen me in public and see me out with my family, whatever case it be, and have come up and said hi, just know I love you and I appreciate it. And I'm humble enough to understand that I would not be here if it had not been for the people that support me. So I love you guys. I appreciate all of you. Also, if you want to get this hat, all you got to do is go to tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. Jasmine Wig-Piece Crockett, you know she had to jump her ugly head in there and say something crazy. Listen to what she said. Roll it.
Nolan Wells. So for those that did not understand or could not conceptualize how it was that a little black kid could be afraid of a group of white children.
Time out. A little black, that boy was 18 years old playing college football. He's a little black kid. These people are so disingenuous. God dang it. He a grown man. And he looked like he was a big kid. He had to be like 6'2", 6'3". He bigger than his mama and his daddy, but he's a little boy. His little timid black boy is just scared of the boogie white man. I bet he could whoop half of the people in his friend group. But now the black kid he ain't got no agency. He just flailing around. But can't fight, can't defend himself. He just flailing around. The white man got to take advantage of him. Let her finish.
All I have to say is somehow Nolan Wells is deceased. And something tells me it wasn't natural causes for this 18-year-old to die who left his home with a group of white kids. I have no idea, what's going to happen, but another good friend, Ben Crump, is on that case, and we know that Nolan's body has been transported to Washington, D.C., where there will be an independent autopsy that will be conducted. But this 18-year-old didn't just die. And even if he had, if you, my friend, just another PSA, somebody call the authorities.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand. Like, you more concerned about having my phone than you are about having my body? Like, at a very minimum, even if he had passed out, like, put him on the boat and take him ashore. So, I mean, we will see what happened. We know that there's stories of, potential partying things that may have been going on. But at the end of the day, like, y'all know we've always had a buddy system.
Right.
Like, we don't leave each other. Like, that is crazy and wild. But again, there are certain cultural things that we do. And that is why it is so important to make sure, again, that you show up for jury duty. Because let's say something does happen and there are charges that come about. People need to understand what was going on specifically on both sides. And that is why we are supposed to have juries of our peers.
But it happens all the time. I'm glad you spoke on it, man. Thank you. I just got to touch on that. You said it, but as a black man, I got to say it too. Listen, when y'all going there for that jury duty, I know it ain't but $25 for that day, those days, them few weeks, however long you got to do it. You have to be a part of the system if you want to play or be able to go against it. You got to know how it works. And everybody walks away from the opportunity to be a part of the grand scheme of things and making a difference. So I just want to put it out.
All right, enough Gucci, man.
Nolan Wells.
Enough Gucci, man. His name is Gucci, man. I used to listen to his raps, and they ain't talking about nothing but degeneracy. All right, the thing is that I want to say before, I think we could probably skip the Black Panther thing. I don't know. We might still need to. Let's talk about it because these fools out here, these Negroes out here acting a fool. The thing is that, to me, I find it reprehensible for people to be projecting as if every white person is the same and every black person is the same. I don't like that. Nolan is not a representation of every black person because his skin is black. And these white kids aren't every white person that ever exists because their skin is white. Man, give the investigation a chance to go through and then make your claims. But to project that white people had to been doing something wrong. We don't know anything that happened. I want y'all to understand that. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows how he died. They just know he drowned. We don't know how he drowned, where he drowned, when he drowned. We don't know the last people that were with him. They have no evidence of nothing. We know nothing. But to project that because he was around white people that it had to have been something wrong is not fair. Now, if it come out and they find out these kids did something to him, then come on and put it out there. Now, here's some other... Roll the clip.
How many of us are troubled by the death of our beloved brother? Are we not troubled by it? This is why we're all gathered here, right? Because we are troubled in our spirit. We're troubled in our minds because many of us, that could have been our own son. And we have to treat it like that was our very own son. And I know you all agree with that. That's why we're all here. That's our son. That's our brother.
I am so proud of our black young men. And they are here representing.
Stop, time out. I want black people to do better than this. Bro, y'all, the whole life is activism. Man, y'all acting like it's the 30s. You ain't got nothing better to do than still be complaining like y'all still slaves. Man, I'm proud of our brothers standing up, but when a black man died, they ain't nowhere to be found. I ain't seen black Hebrew Israelites going out saying nothing in the community when another brother killed another brother. And I got 400 videos of showing you just straight violence in the black neighborhood. I sent some videos in our chat. Brothers just doing shootouts in the middle of the street. I saw a video of a brother at the gas station. It was a homeboy coming around with a mask on, shoot him. He paralyzed. He dead in the middle of the street. They doing CPR. Every day in the black community stuff is happening, but you don't get no love unless white people doing it to you. Let's play the clip of these ignorant fools. Roll it.
There's only one man gonna save us, and that's Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. Jesus Christ is a black man historically, archaeologically, biblically, and he's always been a black.
Time out. He ain't like you. Just get that straight. If his skin was black, he ain't like y'all. First of all, Jesus was a Jew, kept the Sabbath. He ain't like y'all modern. Don't be trying to connect that. Moses probably was dark-skinned. Jesus probably had a little tan on him, but he ain't like y'all dirty ends. Y'all do not represent Jesus Christ. Stop it. Roll it.
Man, you understand? I got to get it. Revelation 1:14. I got to show you what your king looked like. Because you've been bowing your knees, close your eyes at night, and when you pray, you see the same man that puts you in the dirt every single day.
Every day.
The same man that oppressed you on your job. The same man hung you from trees. How in the world are you going to ask for a God that looked like them to save you? That don't make no sense. The slave master is praying to keep the slaves. And the slaves is praying to be free. Who God here? That's what you should be asking. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. Bring it out. His head and his hands were white like wool.
Jesus Christ had white woolly hair, just like this beautiful thing right here on my head. Just like that sister down in her head.
Read. Shut the front door. Y'all racist. Y'all just as bad as the Ku Klux Klan and all these other people out here just being racist. They the one to pressure on your job. Like black people don't own no jobs. Don't own no businesses. Like if you look at this area right here, Ocean Spring, Mississippi, look at all these black people there. So none of y'all own a business. None of y'all work for other black people. All of y'all oppressed by white people. I put my life on it. If we went to the police department right there in that city, I bet it's black people on the police department. Y'all, I can't stand this victimhood from black folks. Y'all is just living in the past with your sorry. Okay. Listen to what the View say, and then we're going to move on. Because you know they had to say something stupid. Roll it.
Speculation and mystery continues to surround the tragic death of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells. After he disappeared on a boat trip with friends, there are unverified photos and videos that have people questioning the account. Nolan's friends, like Trayston Shepard, who defended himself on ABC News. Take a look.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
So there's so much speculation about what happened. So what is happening? What's going on? Where's it headed? I'm going to ask you.
I think what's very important is that Ben Crump has been retained by the family and is conducting an independent investigation. So much so, because this happened in Mississippi. Yeah. There are some racial undertones to this. He was the only black kid on an island full of kids that were white. And his family is saying that he would have never, on the boat rather, and his family is saying that he would have just never stayed on the island and been left behind by his friends. His family also said that this kid, Trayston Shepard, they don't know him. So it's just so confusing because there were 3 boys with him that were good friends with him.
What are they saying?
And they turned off their social media accounts. They say that they have cooperated with the police, but they kept his phone and didn't give it to his parents.
And we're still awaiting autopsy results, and this is not...
It's funny how Sonny didn't say that they were black kids. Maybe I'm wrong. The parents seemed to say that at least one of his very close friends he went with was black. That kid is a part of this group. That kid has cooperated with law enforcement. Why are they not saying that it was also black kids he went there with? Y'all, I'm telling you, as sure as I'm here, sitting here today, if we find out that he had black friends there just as many as white friends, and if the black friends saw him last, or he was trying to hook up with some black girl or something like that, and this all went down like that, I'm going to rip. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to show no mercy if it comes out like that. And I just feel like it's heading in that direction, unfortunately, because to retain this civil rights stuff right off the bat is crazy. Roll it.
Currently being investigated as a homicide, but there's a lot of reason, I think, to suspect foul play, because this is, when they say he was left on an island, this isn't like Grand Cayman. This is literally like a sandbar. There's no running water. Nobody would willingly stay back without a cell phone.
The phone was found because the mom did the Life 360 and traced it to one of the friends' houses. The thing that shocks me is whoever parts with their phone. This is a young person. Yeah, this is a young person, and the his mom was saying that there's no Snapchat, it was more common for her son to have documented certain things. The phone wasn't in his possession, and things seem to be gone. That off the phone. That does raise some suspicion.
And those kids said...
And I agree with her on this, that it does raise suspicion if that is the fact pattern. That's the one thing that confuses me, is that why would the kid not have his phone? But then also, if they were malicious enough to kill him in a lake or whatever, they just throw his phone in there. Why would you keep his phone, delete the phone, then tell the mama you got the phone? And you know that you've done crimes associated with this phone. I'm not saying it is or isn't, but I'm saying that is suspicious he didn't have his phone. But I also think it's suspicious, or at least questionable, that they did something to him if they were willing to give the phone back. They could easily crash his phone up and threw it in the water like they did his body, I guess. Like, just what I'm trying to get to, y'all, is that if somebody, no matter who kids there are, saw him die, either killed him or drowned him or watched him drown, and they had his phone, do you think they were willing to hide his death but keep his phone and then give it to his mom and them so they can see that there's evidence of them doing something nefarious against Nolan? I would argue that makes the thing not add up more so than giving a qualifying factor of them being involved. Roll a clip.
That they didn't have his phone at first, and because his mother tracked the phone through her Life 360 app, they then turned it over to someone else's, to one of her friends. So if you come back with someone else's phone and you know that they're missing, why would you not call the parents immediately and say,
well, why didn't you call as soon as you knew he wasn't there? Because you had to have known he wasn't there, because he wasn't there on the boat back.
When you went back.
When you went back. And if he's the only black kid, you know he's missing.
And his parents also said he was athletic and a good swimmer, because drowning was kind of the initial thoughts, which there are rip curls currents here. They're even good swimmers could have run into danger, but you have to consider that.
Kudos to Colin Kaepernick, because Colin Kaepernick has paid for the independent autopsy, flying the body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C., so that it can be independent. And Tyler Perry is paying for his funeral.
It's
worst nightmare.
you know, you don't want to jump to race.
No.
But Mississippi doesn't have the best reputation.
Correct.
And so we want to make sure that the officers that are there know that we are expecting them to do their job. Unlike years ago when they didn't, this is 2026. So we are expecting your best work to find out what happened to this young man.
To act like they're not going to do it preemptively is crazy.